Center to claim their 7th overall crown and 3rd consecutive championship. The Morristown-Bear-Delbarton rivalry continues next on MSG Varsity. This is MSG Varsity HD's High School Sports Showcase. Today from the Aspen Ice Arena in Randolph, New Jersey. It's a New Jersey high school hockey showdown as the Crimson of Morristown-Beard take on the #1 ranked Green Wave of Delbarton. Hello again, everyone. I'm Lou Brogno. Alongside on the call of the game is Pete Caggiano, and we welcome you to Aspen Ice. Terrific battle today between two of New Jersey's top programs, the Crimson of MoBeard and the Delbarton Green Wave.
Absolutely. Delbarton 7-1, nationally ranked. Bruce Chattel has this team playing so well. Non-public champions for the last 5 years. MoBeard, on the other hand, dropped the first 2, but has now won 5 of their last 6 games, playing outstanding hockey. Randy Velichek, the coach, former NHL player, has these boys playing very well.
These two teams have had classic matchups in the past, and the last time they met, the 2010 non-public semifinal, won by Delbarton, the Green Wave exploding for 3 goals in the second period. Kenny Agostino had 2 goals and 1 assist. Now he skates, of course, for the Bulldogs of Yale University. So another great win for Delbarton last year. Morristown-Beard last year had a terrific season, but they lost a lot of scoring punch due to graduation. Returning this year for the Crimson, though, picking up the slack, their outstanding junior left winger, Tom DiPaolo.
Tom DiPaolo, just a junior, skates on that first line with Eddie Osowski. Last year he had 11 goals. This year, 5 goals, 9 assists, 14 points. But you know what's so good about this kid? He's great around the net. He has good hands. He knows how to get himself into the open spot. You see right there, putting it into a virtually open net. And besides that, he's a good teammate.
When you talk about the Green Wave of Delbarton, so many terrific, talented players on the ice this year, no different. They are led by their senior assistant captain, Pete McMullen.
Wow, Peter McMullen, big boy too, over 6 feet, 200 pounds. Last year he chipped in with 14 goals. This year, 8 goals, 8 assists, 16 points. Boston College is looking real hard at this kid, but he's a go-getter. He knows how to crash the net. He knows how to find the open spot. And besides that, he's got good connections. His dad is an executive with the Devils.
So it should be an outstanding matchup. MoBeard carries the banner of the men in division into Aspen Ice to take on mighty Delbarton. We'll drop the puck in just a few moments here on MSG Varsity HD. Welcome back to the Aspen Ice Arena. The Crimson and the Green Wave getting ready to skate in a key regular season matchup. And for Morristown-Beard, the Crimson coming in at 5-3 under the direction of Randy Velichek in just his second season, but he has been super successful so far with the Crimson. You see his record 23-9-2, and on the other side, Bruce Chattel with 220 victories in 10 seasons at the helm of Delbarton. And there are, look at our goalies. First team all-state performer Alex Durso, 3-2 so far this year with a goals against average of 2.60. And in between the pipes for the Green Wave, Colton Finney having an outstanding season, 91% save percentage. Colton Finney taking over this year for Delbarton in goal, and we're ready to go. Morristown-Beard in their road crimson, and Delbarton in the home white trimmed with green. Pete, this figures to be a fast skating game.
Fast skating and also very physical. Both these teams have very tall, very well-built players. A couple of guys over 6 foot, a couple of guys over 200 pounds. Should be an exciting game.
Puck is pinned up against the near side boards, comes out towards center ice, and MoBeard trying to get it out of there, but intercepted, almost a giveaway, and it is a giveaway, an opportunity. Finney makes a stick save to knock it away.
Finney kind of had a little trouble with that, was just able to get a little bit of his left arm and a little bit of the body on the puck.
Delbarton quickly brings it into the Morristown-Beard zone. And the Crimson go back to get the puck. We're just underway here in the first period. Kevin Brennan loses the puck for MoBeard as the Crimson try to reshuffle the deck somewhat. Here comes Delbarton. Tommy Murator carries in for the Green Wave. He's ridden off the puck there by Greg Kirk. Delbarton keeps it in. There's a quick shot that's deflected out in front. Comes out to Murator. Kept in by Matt Killian. All-state performer for Delbarton with 5 goals on the season. Delbarton coming in at 7-1. Their only loss was up in Massachusetts.
Malden Catholic, which is one of the powerhouses up there in New England.
They are the #1 ranked team in the state of New Jersey. There's a shot that is held on to by Durso. Well, Durso, probably the most solid part of this Morristown-Baird team returning. Durso comes back after an all-state performance a year ago.
And his career has played 42 games for the Crimson, and coming into tonight, 7 shutouts.
Off the face-off, Delbarton sends it towards the goal. It's steered aside in front. Kept in by the Green Wave. Behind the goal, Dave Agostino. Alex Haggerty sends it out towards the blue line. Here's a shot in front that deflects through the crease.
Seeing some of that hard work along the boards. Neither team willing to let an easy one go. They're both fighting very hard for the loose pucks.
Murator chases down for the Green Wave. 12:25 remaining here in the first period, and a whistle blows the play dead. So icing the call.
Watch some of this action. Little flat-footed, boom, right there. You see the Delbarton player. That's Chad Otterman taking out the Crimson winger as he tried to get the puck out of the zone.
So the faceoff comes to the right of Colton Finney. Kept in there by MoBeard. Donnie Schauger has the puck here for the Crimson. He tries to center, but it's stripped away from him by Kyle Brennan. Here's a shot from the right wing that's sticked aside there by Durso.
Durso had a good look at that shot. Poor angle. He was able to get the pad and the stick on it.
Here come the Crimson the other way. The puck is shot down towards the blue line. Taken there by John Olsace, who puts a shot on goal. Matt Killian and Tommy Davis track it down behind the net. Chased down now by Pat O'Meara.
Some of the things, Lou, you're going to see in this game that you may not see in other high school games is the transition game. Both these teams are so good at the puck moving one way, lose possession, boom, immediately everybody's going the other way. They are so quick at that.
Delbarton tries to dig it out behind their own net. Taken there by Tommy Davis, who sends it up ahead. Pete McMullen tries to chase it down for the Green Wave. Picked off there, Matt Killian at the blue line. He sends ahead, but here comes Morristown-Baird. Greg Kirk carries it. Here's a shot, and Finney hangs on as Tom DiPaolo was able to take that shot off the feed from Kirk.
Oh, great play by Drew Mellison. Let's take a look at it. Watch, see the back checking right there. That's Drew Mellison, the forward, making a great job of just lifting the stick, just tying the stick up of the MoBeard player.
Face off to the left of Colton Finney. Kept in there by the Crimson. Morristown-Baird 5-3 on the year. They started 0-2. So they have been red hot. They've won 5 of their last 6. Puck goes behind the Delbarton goal. Matt Killian gets it up ahead on the stick of Trevor Agostino. Takes a big hit on the near side board, and then another crunching hit delivered by Andrew Callahan.
What a play by Tyler Gilson. He had him lined up and just took him right out of the play and plastered him against the wall.
Gilsonin sends ahead for Morristown-Baird. And now Killian goes back to get it. Killian drawing interest from Yale University, an all-state performer. Outstanding defenseman. There's a shot. Score! Over the right shoulder of Alex Durso.
I'm not sure if Alex did not get a good look at it or maybe changed direction on the way in. It was not a particularly hard shot, but Alex seemed to have trouble, and he gets beat for the first goal. Let's take a look at it. You're going to see the puck come over the blue line. Quick wrist shot, and it might have hit part of the defenseman's stick. Maybe you can see from this angle. Not quite, but it beat him to the far side, to the right of the blocker, and Delbarton jumps out quickly 5 minutes in.
Connor Bilby with the goal. That's his. That shot went right under the crossbar. And for Bilby, that's his first goal of the season. I'll double check my stats there. Bilby, an outstanding offensive player, gets his first. And it's 1-0 Delbarton. Let's see if MoBeard can answer here. Chad Otterman centers. Here's a slap shot from the blue line. That's deflected out in front. Bilby scores the goal. 4:59 of the first period. Here's Killian from the blue line. Deflected out in front.
A little bit of pressure here from Delbarton as the Green Wave is keeping the puck down deep in the MoBeard end and doing it by working the periphery.
Puck goes all the way behind the Delbarton goal, and icing is the call.
That's the only thing MoBeard could do. They had to relieve the pressure, so they just iced the puck out of their zone, taking the faceoff back deep in front of Alex Durso.
Well, High School Sports Desk brings you an hour of the latest in high school sports. Join Jared Greenberg and Shauna Ryan live for a full hour of all the sports and stories in the tri-state area. For the most up-to-date coverage of high school sports, tune in to High School Sports Desk. Weeknights at 6 and immediately following the game only on MSG Varsity. Killian behind the goal. Puts it on the stick of Kyle Brennan. He carries up into MoBeard ice, but then a whistle. Might be offside against Delbarton.
Yeah, a little move right there, right at the blue line, causing a teammate to go off. As we take a look at Tommy Muratori, junior coming into tonight, 1 goal, 5 assists, 6 points.
31 remaining here in the first. Delbarton strikes first. The Green Wave on a Connor Bilby goal. They enjoy a 1-0 lead. Faceoff comes to the left of Colton Finney.
Must have missed a little bit. Penalty against Delbarton. Morristown-Baird is on a power play.
Eddie Osowski took that shot. 1:40 remaining on this power play opportunity. MoBeard trying to get back into the game here, down 1-0. Delay of game, the call against Dan Piravano. Kyle Brennan sends it back. Durso plays it behind the net. He leaves for Tyler Gilsonin. He takes it across center ice. Carries deep into Delbarton ice. Gets it back behind the goal. Crimson trying to center. That one banged off the far side glass. Gilsonin keeps it in, and it's cleared all the way down the ice by Davis Agostino.
Wow, what a play by Tommy Davis, the junior, just moments ago as he blocked a centering pass. As MoBeard had a player coming right down the slot looking for the pass.
Big crunching hit on the far side by Killian.
Every chance these players get to take the body, they will.
40 seconds remaining on the power play. 7 minutes and 15 seconds remaining here in this first period. Delbarton sends it back down ice. 20 seconds left now on the Morristown-Baird power play opportunity. Greg Kirk has the puck here for the Crimson. He skates up across the blue line. Sends it into the Delbarton end. Chased down there by Jake Lessick. And cleared once again by Delbarton. So the Green Wave killed the power play. 6.5 remaining of the first. Delbarton with a 1-0 lead. Jake Lessick puts the brakes on. Tries to center. MoBeard able to keep it in. But it's intercepted by Delbarton behind the goal. Pete McMullen gives it to Killian. Morristown-Baird clears to center ice. Kept in there by the Green Wave. Killian splits two defenders. Centered in front, but a good play by Morristown-Baird to intercept. Good defense by Luke Moser. Killian and Luke Moser give chase behind the Delbarton goal. And Killian trying to clear it out of there. Sends it up along the near side boards. Puts it on the stick of McMullen. Takes it across center ice. McMullen skates in. Takes a shot. And Durso covers up.
A little pushing and shoving behind the net with Peter McMullen, but you saw the speed. You saw what happens when a right-handed shot a left-handed shot comes down the right side. There's the quick snapshot. Look at Durso out above the crease, squaring himself to the shooter and making the save on McMullen's shot.
McMullen, 8 goals, 8 assists on the year. Coming off a 2-goal performance against Christian Brothers about a week or so ago. Big hit. Crimson trying to get the puck out of there, but Delbarton sends it up ahead. Chased down here by Gilsonen of Morristown-Baird. He puts the brakes on, now tries to reset. Puts it on the stick of DePaula. Delbarton, though, just swarming in the MoBeard end. Kept in there by Otterman. Gilsonen, a little bit of a check. Works the puck free, but Delbarton intercepts at center ice. Killian skates back and regroups.
Such control by Delbarton. Very seldom do they dump it in. They're there. They did it right there, but they're a control team.
3:58 remaining here in this first period.
Quick first period.
Both teams skating very well here on the Aspen ice. Puck kept in there by the Green Wave. Sent over towards Davis Agostino. He sends it behind the goal. There's a shot from the right side. The rebound out in front. Puck still loose. Looked like Durso got a piece of that one to steer it aside.
I think Durso had 3 saves in a row there as those shots are being peppered from just to his left.
Puck comes all the way down to the Delbarton end. And icing the call as the Green Wave touches up.
Ice a little bit tilted towards the Durso end. Watch some of this activity there. There's a good save. He's already down. Look at the traffic in front. That's Kyle Brennan all over Durso. But again, Durso holding his ground, making the save, and preserving the 1-zip deficit.
We mentioned Durso, a first-team All-State performer last year, 2.32 goals against average, and he's having a repeat performance here in the 2010-2011 campaign.
And Lou, in his career, goals against average 1.99, below 2 for his career as a high school player.
Big part as to why Morristown-Baird has been able to win 2 consecutive Menin Cup championships in a very tough division. It was a shot. Durso able to cover up as Josh Melnick took the shot.
And also 4 state prep championships in a row to go along with the 2 Menin Cup championships.
Well, we are at the beautiful Aspen Ice Arena This is a great facility, and if you'd like more information, you can log on to AspenIceArena.com. Aspen Ice Arena located in Randolph, New Jersey. The home ice for the Green Wave of Delbarton.
Delbarton, for the longest time, played in the men's division of the Morris County League, and it wasn't until this building was built. They've always had their eye in playing in the Gordon Conference, but they couldn't make the move because all their ice time at the Menard Arena would have been lost because it's actually the league that owns the ice time. Once this building was built, they were able to get their own ice time.
Durso covered up, but then the rebound out in front, and that one, I'm not sure if it hit the pipe.
Well, Durso was on his back and just flailed with his arms up to cover as much net as possible, and I think he got a piece of it with the big glove.
Puck loose in front. Durso again makes the save, as McMullen had a point-blank shot.
Durso going down early, covering as much net as possible, and smothering those shots. Another great save.
Kept in here by the Green Wave. A rocket shot that is gloved there by Durso. See Delbarton with 5 scoring chances to MoBeard's 0 here in this first period. 1:25 remaining.
Well, the shots on goal are definitely an indication of the play on the ice. 12-3 in favor of the Green Wave.
Killian tries to bang it off the boards. It's chased down behind the Delbarton goal. Killian sends it up ahead. But Delbarton just so quick here in this first period.
They're all over. They have jump in their skates.
We're down to 45 seconds remaining here in this first period. Delbarton with a 1-0 lead, and they have had the better of the play early on.
And every time a Crimson player tries to get through a little opening, right there is a Delbarton player to squeeze him off the puck.
.23 seconds remaining. Delbarton regroups. They'll try to get one more rush going here. Durso sends it up ahead to Kevin Brennan. Kept in here by Delbarton. Connor Bilby quick to the puck. He has the only goal in the game so far. And the first period comes to an end. All Delbarton there. They have a 1-0 lead, but they really dominated that first period, Pete.
They sure did, but what scared me at the end is MoBeard was a little lackadaisical with about 15 seconds ago. They thought the period was over. Delbarton did not give up. They were trying to put the pressure on. But again, shots on goal, 12-3, definitely an indication of what we saw in the first period. All Green Wave.
All right, we played one here at the Aspen Ice Arena. Number 1 ranked Delbarton, 1. Morristown-Bayard, nothing. Here on MSG Varsity HD. Welcome back to the Aspen Ice Arena. We're in between periods. Morristown-Bayard taking on Delbarton, and I'm joined by Delbarton head coach Bruce Schittel. And Bruce, another terrific start for your team. What's been the key so far to the good start?
Well, I think it's been a combination that our young guys have stepped up right out of the gate. They've learned quickly kind of what we do, and our veteran players are being good leaders on and off the ice, and showing the young guys, how to get it done. And we've been fortunate to get out of the gate pretty strong, and hopefully with the holiday break here, we don't have any hiccups going into tonight.
You have another tremendous, challenging schedule once again this year. I know next week you're hitting the road, a 3-game road trip in Minnesota. What about that schedule?
Well, I think, our goal is to put our student athletes in the most competitive environment as possible, and hopefully by the end of the year they benefit from the tough schedule. And we have a chance this year to play Shattuck St. Mary's and St. Thomas Academy and Breck School, and all three are going to be very challenging, and we're looking forward to it.
You've had so much success here at Delbarton, such great tradition. Do the kids feed off that tradition from year to year?
Well, I think it's only natural that, the new team coming in, so to speak, doesn't want to be the team that drops the ball, and they understand how fragile tradition is, and if you have one bad year, you can tarnish that tradition, and I think our kids are mature about it, and they understand what it takes and to be successful, and they take a lot of pride in putting on a good show every night.
Bruce, your club skates in perhaps the toughest conference in the state of New Jersey, the Gordon Conference. What are your thoughts on the conference this year?
Well, I think there's a lot of parity from top to bottom. We know that if we don't show up each and every night, that we're gonna lose. And I can imagine that other people feel the same way. There's no real dominant power out there this year, and hopefully, through the course of the season, we can build our record up to a point where we have a good seed going into tournament time and play our home games here at Aspen.
Thanks, Bruce. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thanks a lot, Lou.
All right, Bruce Chattel, head coach of the Green Wave of Delbarton. And once again, we're in between periods here at the Aspen Ice Arena. More action coming up. Morristown-Baird and Delbarton here on MSG Varsity HD. Welcome back to the Aspen Ice Arena. Lou Brogno along with Pete Caggiano and our entire MSG Varsity HD team. Delbarton leading Morristown-Baird by the score of 1-0. And Pete, in that first period, Delbarton strikes first. Connor Bilby gets them on the board.
The junior scores his first goal of the season. Looks innocent enough as he just takes a quick wrist shot, but it bangs off that far pipe. If you listen, you can hear it. Boom, there it is, then hits the net. And that gives Delbarton their one and only goal of the first period. Alex Durso, what a strong play. Look at this activity. Look at the pressure around the net. Save after save. And then all over Kyle Brennan. Again, there he squares himself up, makes the save. Look again, smothering that puck. It almost comes free. It does come free, and he's there to jump on it again. Just outstanding work as the Green Wave was buzzing all around Durso that first period.
Well, Delbarton dominates the first period, out shooting Morristown-Baird 12-3 with shots on goal. You take a look at the faceoffs. One, Delbarton controlling that as well. 7-3. There was one power play opportunity. It was for Morristown-Baird. The Crimson came up empty, and they come up empty in that first period. It's 1-0 Delbarton on top, and really the play of that man right there, Alex Durso, keeping the Crimson in the game.
Absolutely. He's the difference right now. Trailing by 1, but he was outstanding, stopping 11 of 12 pieces of rubber shot towards him.
At the other end, Colton Finney, not a lot of action seen in that first period as he steered away 3 shots. So here we go. Period number 2. Ready to go? Well, get all you need to know about high school sports in a quick 60. Join Mike Quick as he features the top teams in the tri-state area. Live, that's a quick 60. Tuesdays at 8 p.m. only on MSG Varsity. Another Optimum exclusive. Morristown-Baird looking for victory number 6 on the season. They currently are in second place in the tough Menin division. 3 points behind Morris Knowles, Chatham, Randolph, and Kinnelon also in that division. If the Gordon Conference isn't the toughest in the state of New Jersey, Pete, then the Menin division is.
Well, it's really picked up between Randolph, Morris Knowles, Chatham. Real strong competition this year in the Menin. For years, it was always said that it was the Gordon Conference. Now, Gordon Conference is split into 2 as we take a look at Durso right there. See that flapper on the bottom of his chin? That is a mandatory piece for high school hockey here in New Jersey. And as we take a look at the other end, Colton Finney does not have a piece. I don't know if our officials have seen that, but he's not wearing that throat guard. That is a mandatory piece, and he should have it attached to his face mask.
Here comes Delbarton with a 3-on-2. Here's the shot. Score!
Again, Delbarton coming in waves. Coming over the blue line, that time Alex Durso. Looked like he had a good look at the shooter, but sometimes you got to credit the shooter. Matt Killian scoring his second. That's a beautiful wrist shot go. Watch as the play comes from center ice over the blue line. Uses the defenseman as a screen, lets one rip. Durso got a piece of it, but not enough, as it just eked over the goal line to give Delbarton the 2-zip lead.
You saw that puck kind of bounce in there at the end. So Killian gets the second goal of the game for the Green Wave. And then McMullen in front tries to center through the crease. But it kicks out towards center ice.
What I like about Peter McMullen, he's a left-handed shot, but many times takes the rush down the right side. The Europeans started that years ago, playing on the off wing.
Green Wave send it back up the ice. Here is Tommy Davis. Davis skates across the blue line. Comes in, tries a backhanded shot. Just couldn't control it in front of Durso. The Green Wave trying to center the puck. Some good hitting, though, by MoBeard in front. And that one goes in front of the crease. Trying to get it on the stick of Tommy Davis.
Davis just a stride behind that pass.
Here's a slap shot from the blue line that whizzes by the goal.
Wow, look at the back checking by Delbarton. John Biacco coming all the way back to pick the puck away from the Morristown-Baird player.
Delbarton intercepts. Drew Mellinson skates up for the Green Wave across the blue line, now across center ice. Takes a long shot that's sticked aside there by Durso. Morristown-Baird just dumps it into the Delbarton zone. But Tommy Muratori chases it down. Whistle.
Not quite sure what the call is here. They're bringing the faceoff back deep inside the Delbarton end, so it was either play with a high stick or maybe a hand pass. Well, it couldn't be a hand pass in your defensive zone, so it must have been played with a high stick.
So the faceoff comes to the left of Colton Finney. Delbarton with a 2-0 lead. Jake Lessick goes back to get the puck from Morristown-Baird. And he sends it all the way down the ice. So the faceoff will come down in the MoBeard end.
Delbarton bringing the puck way down in front of Alex Durso. They're already ahead on faceoffs one. This is a golden opportunity for the Green Wave.
Good physical play on the boards by Kevin Brennan. And MoBeard was able to get the puck loose. They send it all the way down the ice. Intercepted by Killian. He carries behind the goal and then leaves it on the stick of Muratori. Up to center ice and up ahead to Chad Otterman. Tried to put it in front for Bilby.
Green Wave had 4 passes before the puck even got across the red line.